Women will hear thousands of no's, especially as they break the glass ceilings and smash every stereotype in their book. We at Maan Mahila ka welcome the marvelous Mahila for the day, Sharmita Bhinder, a philanthropist, renowned poet, writer, blogger, thought activist. She started her career with a degree in law and then chose to move to soft skills. A successful entrepreneur, she is the co founder of Empower NGO for children and women.
But because when you're getting older, you don't remember your birthdays. I said, oh, so in the morning I was wanting, I didn't want any disturbance in the sense of calls and all coming, but then you said, go ahead. So I said, fine, let it be my birthday.
No problem. So, ma'am, tell me about yourselves.
Of course, everybody knows my name is Sharmita. And as the journey started off as a lawyer, and I wanted to be a lawyer since childhood. That was my dream. And I started working in the High Court for some time. And then somehow I realized it is not matching my personality because, I was more creative and, somehow the connectivity was missing. So then I moved on to soft skills. I had done my master's also. So then I was a soft skill trainer for about, now it's about a good 25 years. So then I worked with MNCs and I worked with a lot of students for spoken English and IELTS and TOEFL and all that. And then I had my eldest son and I continued with it. And my younger son was born in the year 2000. And when he was about 6 months, we noticed that, there were some issues medically with him. His head wasn't stabilizing and, his lower body had less movement. So that took us to a variety of doctors, from neuro to the other doctors. Finally, there was no great diagnosis at that moment. We knew his gross motors was slow. So you have your gross motor skills and you have your soft skills, right? So gross motor is your body movement, and your soft skills is what you see and what you write and what you perceive. So they're basically, your body is divided into those two kind of movements. So his gross was slow, and we since he was small, we did not know about the soft skill, how his soft motor would be. So it was just a wait and a watch thing. And, somewhere the doctors did prepare me that, you have to somewhere be prepared that, maybe the child's IQ might not be, to the requisite amount, or maybe the child may not walk, so you somewhere have to be prepared. Of course, we are going to do things to see, and hopefully that does not happen. But the diagnosis continued. Manav did walk very late. He was about 2 years, 3 months, when he walked. And his IQ was very strong. Very early on, we realized that his vocabulary, his IQ, his sharpness, his retentive memory in the sense of memory was very strong. So then I started really focusing on that. And I believe a lot in alternative methods. So that's where I started. I learned acupressure. For Manav, I learned healing. I got into Reiki, pranic healing, because I felt that, probably a holistic approach, so I studied a lot about Ayurveda and, how the things are. So I did get a little bit of qualifications and as a healer, I started on that track also because of Manav. So then by the age of 7, there were behavioral issues also. In the sense there was lack of eye contact and social skills weren't there. I mean, on one side, he was this amazing, brilliant boy but his small things like tying shoelaces or his buttons or his presence there, or the fact with, small perceptive things were missing. So then we again went to the doctors, and finally at the age of 9 years, we got to know that Manav is in the autism framework. He's a high-functioning autistic child. He has something called as Asperger's syndrome. So in a way, I was very relieved we have a diagnosis, because till now we did not know what we are dealing with. So once I got to know it, I started, Google wasn't very prevalent 19 years ago, so we could not get information, Now any disease, anything, we Google it, we get information. So there was no information, there were no doctors, and there was nothing, So my doctor gave me a book on Asperger's, and that was it. So I had to learn to experiment, to find out. So that's where I got training in special education. And karte, how the journey began. In 2015, I started an NGO with special children. Today I'm very proud
Nice.
of the fact that, yeah, today I'm very proud of the fact that Manav studied in a normal school. He does theater, art, music, a lot of other things. He has won a lot of high recommendations in MUN and Best Delegates. And he did his 12th with science and psychology and computers as additional subject. And I don't know how he managed to get 91.5 because this child doesn't write. So I think almost all over India and internationally, wherever the Indian boards are, Manav has been the highest scoring autistic child till date.
He created
So
benchmark
that's
for
the
all of us.
so the marks were just by the way, but I think how I would give a little credit to myself that I focused on
Yes, of course.
ability.
All the credit
And
goes to mothers only, mothers and parents only.
I will not take all the credit. I will take some credit because I sowed the seeds, and then I will give a lot of credit to his teachers, his school,
Yeah, that
you know,
everybody.
family, friends. Everybody was very
Moral support.
contributory, and to Manav himself also, because I
Yeah,
think
hard work pays
he
off.
yes, in that sense, with his limitations, he doesn't stop. So I think
Yeah.
that's the learning I learned from Manav. Whatever you have to make best of it and be very productive with that. Yeah.
So, ma'am, any challenges you suffered in between your job or something?
Challenges were tremendous. First of all was your own mental health and your own state, because once as a mother you're told that there is something wrong with the child, you blame yourself that probably in the pregnancy you did something wrong, or
Yeah.
you blame destiny. So I think the first challenge was to get your mind to a place that this is what it is, and either you can go downhill from here, or you can go, uphill and do something with your life and the child's life. So I think the first day when I got the diagnosis of gross motor, and I have this very nice couch in my room, I came and sat there, and I think for 2 days, morning, evening, I would just sit there and stare at the ceiling. And then I decided that no, whatever come what may, I'm going to have a good life, and my son is going to have a very good life. So that was my benchmark. Second challenge was a social challenge. In India, people don't want to talk about mental health. They do not
Yes, of
want.
course.
See, if there is a physical ailment, आप सबको call करते हो. You will call your friends, you will put it on Facebook. I have fever, I broke my bone, I have a heart attack, I'm in the hospital. Why? Because you get empathy, you get extra love, you get caring, nurturing, attention, right?
Yes.
While mental health जहाँ पर आता है, you try and hide it because that makes you less, So it was a very, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to find out information. How will I talk? Unless I tell 10 people, Manav has this problem. Do you know somebody? Can I get help from somebody? That was my perception. But friends, part of the family, or many people would just say कि he's a good looking child and he's doing well. Uh, you will reduce his self-esteem. You will harm him. सबको पता चल जाएगा. Socially कैसे लोग react करेंगे?
Yeah.
I never got it. So that was a big issue that I had to overcome also. And there were a lot of discussions with Manav also once he was a teenager, when we were about to open the NGO. He was probably 15 years old. And I told him, from today, if we mention about your health, in the press, so we can't go back. So I will start an NGO. I want you to represent it. And if you, people will talk about you, so there will be positive, when you are in the limelight, people will have positive talk that, oh, wow, you've achieved. And then there will be some people who will say, no, isko to problem hi kabhi nahi thi, they are liars, or they're just
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
fame.
yeah.
So you will get brickbats also. So when you come into the limelight, you have to realize that. So that was social challenge. And plus I had to leave my job. I chose to leave my job. I was working in an MNC where I was a trainer, and the salary was extremely handsome, but the timings were very long, and a special child needs you, so it was a very conscious choice, which I never regretted. Yes, I gave up a very plush career and a lot of money, but I think I bought in a lot of happiness. And I think your investment in your children uh, or your family is a very big investment. So I wouldn't call it my loss. And the NGO grew, and whatever I had lost in life, I found it because of the NGO, whether it was name, it was fame, or appreciation. So I got it in abundance because of the NGO.
Ma'am, your inspiration, from whom you take in this
Uh,
type of inspiration?
I think not that I'm going to put men in a lesser place. Yes, importance of men is there. My husband has been a very important source of people who've stood by. But I think women have inspired me tremendously. I lost my mother very early, but a very brilliant, amazing woman, and I think she brought me up as a human being, not as a girl. So I think I give a lot of credit to my mother that gender thing was never instilled in me. That तुम लड़की हो तो तुम्हें खाना बनाना पड़ेगा और तुम्हें घर देखना पड़ेगा या तुम लड़की हो तुम ये नहीं कर सकती हो. You know, I did not know about gender till I got married.
Oh, nice.
I did not know that there was a difference between. Yeah, so when people say na in their house ऐसा फर्क था, and probably that's why I don't have a very feminine thought process. You know, I think like a man, or maybe I think like a human being. You know, so I am very. So I think my mother was a great inspiration to me, and there were one or two women who had special children. My mother's friends and family friends, Mrs. Anila Sood and Dr. Manju Jedka, I would like to mention them. They were exemplary mothers of special children, you know. So if I had any moment in life when I would feel like that I'm a failure, I'm not, I would look at them, that they have achieved career-wise, family-wise, everything-wise, and they're such amazing women, I better, you know, pull up my socks. So I think women have inspired me. And then my grandmother. Because I'd lost my mother, so my grandmother was there for me, and she was a formidably strong woman, a very quiet and a very small, frail person. But I have never seen a human being with greater strength. So I think women I always admire more than men.
Okay. Ma'am, any social change you want to make, or you want to convey some
I think
social
somewhere,
message?
yeah, I would like to convey, and there are two things that I really want the world to change in. Let's focus on ability. You know, we are so focused on color, size, shape. Every human being goes through a lot of issues because of this, whether it's gender, whether
Of
it
course.
is your body type, whether it is your color, whether it is your race, you know.
Yes, yes.
So, and with special people, people who are blind, people who have, you know, you immediately reduce somebody because somebody has a disability or is different. So I think it's high time in this world that we begin to appreciate people or encourage ability. I would like you, if you are intelligent, if you are hardworking, if you are a good human being, you may be very fair and you may be very beautiful, but if you're not a good human being, for me, in the range of a person, you do not stand as high. So I think beauty needs to change. I think somewhere, your confidence. And the second thing that I want the society to have is acceptance. We don't accept, you know, like
Yeah.
today I choose to keep white hair. Why is it a problem with anybody else? Right? So
Yes,
I
yes.
would get comments like, oh, you're too young to wear, have white hair. What has happened? Are you depressed in life? You know, you should color your hair. You look younger. I don't want to look younger. I am nearing 50 and I'm very proud of my age. I love my white hair and I love myself the way I look. So acceptance, you know, why are we looking ki that person doesn't dress well, so he must be depressed? Or some people don't want to dress well. They want to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
invest in something else. Or so let's focus and accept people the way they are. So I think the world would be a kinder place. And I think I think this coronavirus has got that part, that clothes and things are not that important. Human beings are, family is,
Yes.
you are important because you so quickly can go away, you don't know. You know, today I could be there and tomorrow I just could not be there, and it's happening with people, right? So I think acceptance is very important, and focus on ability. I think we all will be very happy if we are focusing only on abilities and appreciating people. We like to pull people down, na? अरे तुम में ये नहीं है, तुम्हारी height कम है, या तुम मोटे हो, या तुम्हारा color. So that's the first thing कि आप अगले का मोराल नीचे. Why don't you say that you have an amazing smile, or the most amazing eyes, or beautiful hair? Appreciate the positive. So I think the world would be a better place.
So any message to MMK you want to give?
Thank you for having me, especially on my birthday. And as a woman, I'm very proud, and I'm really glad that you are focusing on women who are diverse and who are getting changes in the social setup. So I'm very happy and proud that you are taking on this initiative. And all my love and blessings, and in any way I can ever help or anything required from me, I'm always there. And for special children, for families, anybody needing any kind of counseling, anybody needs any kind of support ever, I'm always there. I'm on the Facebook by name of Sharmita Bhinder. You can always message me and I will get back to you. And just have a beautiful day and a great life, and have gratitude. I think all of us should be very grateful that we are human and we have the capacity to bring a change. So let's use our capacities positively.
Yes, ma'am,
That's
of
it.
course. So, ma'am, once again, a very, very happy birthday to you. And thank
Thank
you
you.
so much from all the team of MMK to give your precious time to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless. God bless. It was very nice talking to you.
Me too, ma'am.